Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Today we're taking a look at the Victorinox Swiss Army Knife Mechanic model. Now this is actually a pretty important model, and as to the reason why, I'm going to get into that a little bit later. First off though, a bit of bad news. Researching this model, I found some conflicting reports, but the vast majority of them say that the Victorinox Mechanic is discontinued. However, you can find it rather easily online. I sure as heck did. I bought this used off of eBay, and it arrived surprisingly clean. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, according to my research, most likely it is discontinued, but still easily found online. The Mechanic was introduced back in 1991, and let's just get right into what you get. A standard Victorinox toothpick, standard Victorinox tweezers for your standard 91 millimeter Victorinox model. On the back, you get a reamer/awl with a sewing eye. You get a 90-degree Phillips head driver. And yes, obviously it does fold open 90 degrees. I just have it this way to show off all the tools that you get. On this side, you get the standard Victorinox push-forward can opener with the micro flat driver, and this can actually be used as an improvised Phillips driver. On this end, you get a larger slotted driver, bottle opener, wire stripper, and this does have a 90-degree half stop. Here you get the main blade, the pen blade, and the one tool that really makes this one stand out, the pliers. Let me just fold all this up and we'll take a closer look at the pliers. Because honestly, guys, you've seen all of these other tools before in my other videos. Oh, almost forgot. You do get the, for lack of a better term, standard issue Victorinox split ring, but since I bought this one used, it didn't come with that. And there we have the spring-loaded pliers. No wire cutter, but pliers, needle nose pliers. And yes, it is small, it is thin. But here's the thing, the reason why this particular Swiss Army knife model is important is that if you're someone who practices a minimalist lifestyle, you've probably noticed that pretty much every single multi-tool offering out there with some good capability is extremely heavy, usually over 8 ounces. So you're walking around with a partial brick either on your belt or clipped to your pants pocket. And if you do practice a minimalist lifestyle, yeah, that's not going to work. No. And there's not much choice out there. I mean, you could go with a keychain sized multi-tool, but that doesn't really give you a lot of capability. And with the very short handles, yeah, it's no. So you're stuck. It's either, well, I can carry a keychain sized multi-tool and try to make it work, which no, you can't force it. Or, okay, I'll just have to put up with the weight to carry something that at least has some real world capability for me. Yeah, there are very, very few multi-tools that fall in between those two extremes. I will be doing videos on them. This is the first one. Now you might be saying, hold on, is that really a pair of pliers? Well, obviously it is. And this does give you better reach and better capability than those keychain sized multi-tools. But I mean, not really the level of capability that even a medium-sized multi-tool with a carry clip will give you. For example, this one. And I will be covering this one in a soon-to-be future video. But here's the pliers head on this particular one. And that's what you're used to seeing, as opposed to the pliers head on this one. Yeah. Ironically, though, not a huge difference in thickness. In terms of reach, yep, there is a difference. And you do get wire cutters on this one, which is a universal pliers head on a medium-sized multi-tool. Let's be honest about that. Still, having compared the two side by side as I just did, you can clearly see that this one does offer some capability. It does. As much as the one I just showed you, no. But this does offer some capability and would be useful for those individuals who aren't all that handy, but would still like to be able to EDC a pair of pliers. Well, there you go. And honestly, the Victorinox Mechanic is just over an ounce lighter than the lightest medium-duty or medium-sized multi-tool with a dedicated pliers head that I was able to find. That's right. You're getting just over an ounce less. I mean, if we're talking lightweight keychain multi-tools with very little capability compared to this, that certainly has more capability, though not a ton more. Yeah, this is actually just over an ounce lighter than the lightest multi-tool with a traditional pliers head that I was able to find. And yes, I will be covering that multi-tool in an upcoming video. But yeah, this guy, 3.5 ounces. I mean, hell, there are some medium-sized multi-tools out there designed to be carried, which are over 8 ounces. And we're talking 3.5 ounces on this guy. I mean, yeah, for someone who's not very handy, but you do want some capability, this definitely offers that. I mean, you don't get a wire cutter feature, which might be important to you. But yeah, if we're talking pliers, you've got that. And they're spring-loaded. Now, obviously, these are not heavy-duty pliers. These aren't even medium-duty pliers. These are light-duty pliers. But for some, that's enough. Yeah. And I have heard from others that the Victorinox pliers are great for picking up certain dropped items on the floor that might be hard to reach or hard to grab with your fingertips. So there's that as well. I mean, yeah, you definitely get some capability for light-duty tasks. And when it folds up, I mean, yeah, 91 millimeters long, not too thick, not heavy at all by multi-tool standards. I mean, heck, downright featherweight by multi-tool standards. Yeah. This is really an underrated Victorinox model. I mean, if that wasn't the case, it wouldn't have been discontinued, which unfortunately, yeah, all of my sources have said the same thing. Well, not all of them. A couple of them said, oh, sure, it's still being made. I don't think it is. The dispute is when and where it was discontinued. Because all of the sources that say, yes, it was discontinued, can't agree on the date, either 2006, 2016, discontinued only in North America. I mean, yeah, it's the information out there is quite vague, but even though it's discontinued, still easily found online. The closest that this model comes to would be the Victorinox Tinker, but missing the pliers feature. Yeah, this is basically a thick Tinker with the pliers added to it. If you like the overall model, but you would prefer scissors instead of the pliers, take a look at the Victorinox Super Tinker. It's basically the Victorinox Mechanic, but instead of pliers, you get scissors, and you also get the parcel hook, which some people love, some people think is useless, but there you go. Personally, I do wish that the Mechanic came with scissors, although obviously that would add a little bit of weight and it would make it a little bit thicker. But I do think this particular multi-tool model probably would have benefited if it had scissors included as well. They are just so incredibly useful. I mean, there's a reason why the Super Tinker is as popular as it is, and it's not because of that parcel hook. No. Yeah, it's the scissors. But thankfully, you can find this online with just a little bit of checking. I definitely recommend checking eBay first. And if you end up in my position where you get it shipped out to you without the split ring in place, no worries. Victorinox will happily sell you their split rings for their 91 millimeter models. Yeah, they'll happily sell you those, so no issues there. Or you can just go to your local hardware store and check out the smallest split rings they have and put one on there yourself. Overall, do I recommend the Victorinox Mechanic model? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. The pliers, not as capable as most multi-tool pliers, but again, minimalist lifestyle. If you're not someone who uses pliers often when you're out and about in public, but you do want some capability for strictly light-duty chores, this might be the ideal answer for you. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please stay safe out there. It's still dangerous. I'll see you soon. Take care.